Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today so we can go through a little bit about what makes us different. I'll explain a little bit about that, and then we'll actually have Kyle Hershey, our COO, go through an actual demo of the software to show a little bit of behind the scenes. And then we'll wrap it up with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager with 28 years of experience, to put it all together in the more traditional loan sense. So let me start by sharing my screen and we'll go through a little bit about what makes us special here. So hopefully most of you have joined the website from this page, but as you can tell, we are a different type of company with a different type of background. We are all about leads and software. So myself and Kyle, we come from a marketing and technology background. So we've done this for the past 20 years. Generating leads at scale and running them through systems with our own CRMs and POS, all that kind of great stuff to basically generate businesses online, which obviously is key for all of us here in the mortgage industry now. And of course, we always build in our AI as well, being more from that background. So we're not your traditional bankers that have set this up. We've built a platform that's a little bit different. From a little bit different background of generating leads at scale and running them through a platform and a system. So every line of code or everything you're about to see, we've written every line of code for from start to finish. So this is for us, by us, specifically, exactly for what we're trying to execute here. So what really makes us different here is our technology. Our proprietary technology is there for you guys, the loan officers out there, to scale your business instantly. So we're not about your traditional bankers trying to take your business or say we're better at loans than somebody else, right? We want to give you guys the tools. You guys all have your own business. You guys all know what you're doing. You're your own niche, right? We want to build a tool where wherever you're doing, it expands on that, right? So we grow your business exponentially based on what you're already doing by providing the tools and the system. And really what that comes down to is leads, generating more leads from what you're already doing. So whether that's company leads or self-generated leads, we want to fill your pipeline with leads. That's what our system is all about. So you can fill those leads with our leads, company leads. You can use our lead generating CRM to generate new leads from your system that you're already doing, capture people just visiting your website, all the kind of great stuff that comes with an up-to-date platform. So we want to generate more leads and more business from what you guys are already doing. Now, how do we do this? Let's go through our business model here, our setup. So we've built this business through all the different platforms. For the last 4 years, we've done this platform under FDIC Bank, Broker, Shop, Non-Del, and Del. And we found that the best business channel is non-delegated correspondent, which we're currently approved with 130 lenders and investors. And we are non-delegated correspondent, which is the best of everything because we can do both broker and correspondent loans for our borrowers. What's most important to us is that our borrowers get the best deal. If we can offer that in-house, great. If we don't, no problem. So we have over 5,000 loan programs in-house where we're the lender with over 32 correspondent investors that we work with. And that's where we're always going to have the best rates and pricing because correspondent's always going to beat the broker pricing for similar programs, even the same exact lender in the same program. Now, if there's a reason where we can't fund the loans with our own money and our own lawyers and our own closing and all that stuff that comes with being a correspondent, and that's why we get the better pricing, no problem. We have over 105 wholesale lenders we partner with for specialty loans. If there's any reason we can't be the best deal for our customer, no problem. We have plenty of partners that offer that. So throughout that basically umbrella, we have every loan program available. For in-house, we can fund our own VA, USDA, Fannie, Freddie conventional, non-QM, DSCR. For brokers, we do a lot of commercial, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, all the stuff that we broker that may not be under our regular umbrella. So no matter what it is, we want to make sure we have the program for it. And it doesn't matter to us whether that's correspondent or broker. What's important to us is that our customer gets the best deal. Now, how do we execute this? Again, we're all about technology. So we push all this through. We're able to do all this because we've written every line of code for what you're about to see. So everybody gets a cloud-based website that you're looking at now that has the AI integrated POS, CRM, LOS, all the stuff you're used to, and it's built for us, by us. What that really means for you guys is one login for you, one login for your customers. No longer do you need 20, 30, 100, 200 different logins to broker at different shops, to do different programs, to offer different services. One login for you, one login for your customer. So your customers can come in from just a general request, name, email, phone number, wherever they are, thousands of different places they could be generating leads on your website, to pulling their own live rates, completing their own 1003, pulling their own credit, having those liabilities already pulled into your Encompass-based loan setup, so the loan is ready to go for you without you lifting a finger. Everything happens instantly and automatically. And again, we use all the same services you guys are used to, but through an API. So we have over 50 API integrations. So we still are based on Encompass. Unfortunately, every lender is. Not everybody likes Encompass, right? But we have to use it. But you guys don't have to log into Encompass or use the old school version, right? You can use the web version, the CRM version, all that kind of good stuff. Optimal Blue, we still use for pricing. Pretty industry standard, but you don't have to have an Optimal Blue login ever. It's all through the CRM at the click of a button. Credit, click of a button. Count check, VOE, VOI, VOA, click of a button. Appraisal Works allows us to order from 5 AMCs with no logins needed, just a click of a button. Everything's just a click of a button away. On top of all that, we have our proprietary AI systems, which we call Calvin. So Calvin, our AI assistant, you see him down there in the corner asking if anybody needs help. But for us as loan officers, he does our dual Oz AI. So we run dual Oz. A lot of companies do that, a lot of services and platforms. But we add the AI analysis to see which version of AUS may be better for our borrower. And then, of course, we have our development staff on hand to issue new feature requests. So you guys can request new features, and we push new updates pretty much every week. Another thing that we found lacking in all the business models is the training and support. So no matter where we were, we found that there definitely needs to be more training. So we have all of the trainings here, and everything's based remote. So everything is at your fingertips anytime. So our remote-based learning center and our daily live trainings you can tune into, and the remote center you can log into anytime of day, weekends, nights, whatever it is. So you can expand your skills anytime there, learn new stuff, take new courses, upgrade, all that good stuff. We have our live mortgage rates podcast we do every morning, 5 days a week. And that's where we go through a new product as well as our live rates for public as well as our team. We also do our live sales training 5 days per week for our team of loan officers, but we do it publicly, so anybody out there interested can join. Same with our loan officer training podcast, which is more about specific loan topics, and that's 2 days per week that are, again, public for any prospective people that want to learn about new products, tips, tricks, all the stuff that we do. And then we have our live Zoom support. You can pop in during business hours, and our knowledge center where you can search anything, not just from us, but our hundreds of investors and lender partners all have their own articles and webinars and matrices and guidelines and tips and tricks, all kinds of resources there at the click of a button. And Calvin AI is built in with our compliance as well. So all the federal regulations in most of the states we're licensed in, at least, are all built into Calvin. So anytime you're stuck, you can ask Calvin AI to figure out what's going on with this specific compliance error. Now, some of the other items that we want to talk about that makes us different than other companies out there. One of the things I really love is DSCR business purpose loans. That's probably our most popular program, especially as rates have been going up. The DSCR investors have still been buying properties, and we can do those in 44 states total, expand our footprint without necessarily getting new licenses. We also do leads. As you can tell, it's very simple. No matter where they come from, there's dozens, if not hundreds of different places they can come from. Wherever they come from, if they're a company lead, simple 50-50 split. We want to make it very simple and straightforward and transparent. We can also refer deals to senior LOs. Just click a button anytime. If you're uncomfortable, maybe you haven't done that loan before, maybe it's a spouse, family member, friend, maybe you're not licensed in that state, simply click a button and that instantly connects you with a senior loan officer in that state or that knows how to do that loan type. And again, we're all about leads. So if you want to set up your own lead campaigns, Kyle will show you that here in a second. And if you have your own lead campaigns, no problem. You can import those with our webhook. Kyle will show you what that looks like as well. To top it all off, no monthly fees, no hidden fees. Everything's transparent. What you see is what you get. Nothing hidden here. And Calvin AI Loan Officer Assistant is built into everything we do. So you'll be able to use that feature on all kinds of different places. Kyle will show you a couple places it's built in, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can get access to once you get into the system here. Now, if you guys drop off, we have a replay of the video. Please check that out. But let's go through our comp plans. We just simplified it a little bit as well. So let's go through this. Very simple. 2 levels here, senior loan officer and loan officer. We'll start on the left as everybody wants to know how to get the big bucks here, which is no problem. Up to 250 basis points. That's with bonuses. The standard commission here, 200 basis points on conventional non-QM. That's the loan most of us are used to. That's 2% commission. Again, super simple 50-50 split. 100 basis points on any company leads for any conventional non-QM, all the stuff we're used to. Now, our senior loan officers are obviously going to have full access to everything. And most importantly, you're going to receive the best leads, which are the referrals from their team, right? So when someone presses that button, says, hey, maybe I don't know how to do this loan, or maybe it's for my spouse, that not only comes with a lead that's ready to go, but a teammate that's going to help you out. So the senior loan officers get those best leads there. They're also going to have unlimited access to all our lead sources, no restrictions at all. They're going to have access to be able to get bonuses. So once you're a senior loan officer, you can earn 25 basis points bonus on anything over 2 million. Again, we're a platform. We want to give you guys back as much comp as we can and build that platform to expand your business. And again, if you're already rocking and rolling, 50 basis points bonus for any volume over 5 million. That's for people really rocking and rolling. Again, we want to get as much comp back as we can since we're just building a platform for you guys to be successful here. Team leader upgrades for those that love to teach, right? You can go ahead and help people structure their deals, teach those under you, under your team, help them get their deals together and earn an extra 15 basis points by building a team, helping them get their files ready to disclose, all that kind of good stuff. If you want to teach and take it to the next level, you can be a branch manager and earn an extra 25 basis points on all those loans you help structure, and not only structure, but also disclose and do all the legal stuff that comes with being the branch manager and being responsible for all your teammates legally. So lots of opportunities to earn more revenue as well. Now, everybody's going to start as a loan officer. This is because our system is different. We need to team you up with someone who knows how to use our system. So for your first 6 deals, notice the fine print here, 6 deals closed to upgrade to senior LO. So for your first 6 deals, you're going to earn 150 basis points, which is still great compensation there. And we're going to team you up with a branch manager and a team leader who are going to help you put those first few deals together. So you're going to earn 150 basis points on conventional non-QM. That's 1.5%. Still have access to all the company leads. Kyle will show you here in a second. You can earn 75 basis points on any company leads for those first 6 deals for conventional non-QM. Now, all of our loan officers are going to have access to our free lead generating website, what you see here, all built in with the AI integration. Still have access to Calvin AI, all that kind of good stuff to help you out, get you through the process. Unlimited leads at 50-50 split. As we said, there's all kinds of different places. Kyle will show you here in a second to get them, but simple 50-50 split. And access to the live click to claim leads, which are the best incoming leads. So those that pass all the courses will have access to those click to claim leads and can refer deals to senior LOs for 75 basis points just at the click of a button. We are licensed in 24 states for primary and second homes. And as I mentioned, we can do more states, business purpose DSCR, so 20 additional states business purpose where you don't have to necessarily be licensed. Fine print here, 1 loan per month minimum production. If there's any reason where you're not going to do 1 loan per month and be an active loan officer, we have the ability where you can just do the referrals, right? So that's what we used to call the junior loan officer plan. But to be full loan officer and 150 basis points, you need to be obviously the loan officer of record. If you're just going to be part-time, you need to be referring those deals to senior LOs and still earning 75 basis points, which is great compensation for when you're participating on those deals, learning the process, but you may not be quite full-time. So we always want to make sure we have a place for anybody that's not full-time. If you are full-time, earning 1 loan per month minimum, closing 1 loan per month, no problem. But if there's any reason you're not full-time, if you're a realtor and you're adding a license to just add to your skills, you want to refer those deals to senior LOs for 75 basis points. So that's the breakdown of the plans here. But let's go ahead and have Kyle take over if you're ready and go ahead and go through the actual back end and show some of the system here. You ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me share my screen here. All right, so when you come on board, we'll do trainings on all this. Just want to highlight a few things here in our system. So first of all, we have our CRM. Just like any other CRM, you take your notes, send your emails and texts. It keeps track of them here. You can also use the Calvin AI assistant to craft your emails for you, right? Based on whatever's going on with you and this client with the click of a button, the AI can actually craft your email for you to the client. You can also put people on action plans, automated drip campaigns to text them and email them automatically from you, all that kind of good stuff that any good CRM will have. Now, the thing that really starts to set us apart here is our quoting system. So within 2 minutes, using just a couple questions that you ask the client, we don't need to pull credit or anything. You can input the info, click one button to get all of the different rate sheets from all of our different investors. You can select a couple rates to show the client, and the system will send them an email and a text with a nice, pretty quote that looks like this. It has the rate options. They can scroll over these things and see what they mean. It pulls in the loan info. It pulls in the Google map automatically, pulls in the Zestimate automatically, the loan info, the monthly breakdown automatically of the taxes and insurance, the estimated lender fees automatically. And of course, you here as the loan originator, and you can also add your realtors to these quotes. So your realtor partners absolutely love this. They know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them in minutes, but you're going to include the realtor on the quote. Who doesn't want to be on a nice, pretty quote like this, right? So your realtor partners, they absolutely love it. But here's the coolest part. Your client can click Start My Loan Application, and that brings them instantly into their borrower portal that looks like this, where they're prompted to start their loan application. They fill it out right here in our system. They do not need to leave the page to fill out their official 1003. It's going to ask them for the required documents we're going to need for that loan so they can start uploading it. It's going to show them their loan info. It's going to show them the milestone of where the loan is at as we go through the different milestones on your end. It's going to automatically update them here in their dashboard here for their borrower portal. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end once they've completed some of these things in their borrower portal. This is on the back end here. You can see their 1003 application and where they're at in the process. This one's 100% complete, right? You can see their documents, help them upload those documents. Now, you can also request more documents. You can say, hey, I need these documents. You can request them from the client automatically. It sends them an email from you asking them to upload it. You can change all the documents here and say, hey, it's actually going to be a VA loan. It's going to change all the documents you need for a VA loan. You can request signatures and say, I need a gift letter signature. They can come in their borrower portal and sign it without having to leave. We have our legal e-sign built into the system here. Now, you can also use our Calvin AI Assist to assist you in processing, where you can, order the VOE, VOA, you can file COCs, request insurance, request title, all those kind of things here with our Calvin AI Assist. Now, let's talk about what happens when your client fills out the application. So if your client fills out the application, we pull credit instantly and automatically. We pay for that up front. You don't have to pay for it. Your client doesn't have to pay for it up front. As soon as they submit their 1003 and give us authorization to pull credit, we instantly pull credit. So when you open our Encompass API here, as Nick said, we're using Encompass, but you don't necessarily have to log into Encompass. It's all done through our API here. When you open the Encompass API here to actually originate your loan, the 1003 is going to be in here. The credit is going to already be in here, already pulled in here. So it's already set up for you to actually come in and complete your loan. Now, as Nick said, we have our dual AUS in here where you can order DO, DU and LP, I guess you would say, at the same time. And our Calvin AI is going to analyze both of them and tell you some pointers on which one you may want to use. He's going to analyze it there for you. So everything is here through the system. Now, once your loan is in underwriting, you'll also notice back here on this same back end, you have your conditions that come back. So you're going to be able to upload your conditions, or you could dispute the condition and kick it back to the underwriter, right? So everything's going to be in here. So you see how everything from start to finish, we're talking about taking a lead from a name, email, phone number, to communicating with them in the CRM, to quoting them, to collecting their 1003, collecting their documents, pulling credit automatically, originating the loan in the Encompass API, having help processing the loan with the Calvin AI Assist, and you'll have a processor as well. And then even fulfilling the conditions and uploading conditions, everything here in this one portal. You don't have to leave our system, and your client does not have to leave our system. But now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So the leads that we give you, there's a few ways that we're going to give you leads. First and foremost, we're going to give you leads via our Facebook campaigns, right? Those are the hot, fresh leads coming in. Your phone is going to be getting text messages all day, every day, When those leads come in, the second that they apply to our ad, you get a text message so you can call them instantly, right? So those are the hot, fresh leads that are going to be coming in every single day. Now, we also have an auto dialer here in our system where you can call 300, 400, 500 people in a day. You can press one button to drop automated text and emails to them if they don't answer, all that kind of good stuff. And we provide the leads in here for you. Notice we have purchase leads, refinance leads, we have short-term rental leads in here, we have foreign national leads in here, we have DSCR leads in here, we have realtor calls in here, lists of realtors for you to call. We have cold call lists if there's no more, other leads to call. So we have thousands and thousands of leads in here. So there's always something for you to call using the auto dialer. Now, another way you can work leads in our system is that you can purchase an ad campaign, which is the same as our ad campaigns. You can put up a budget and we will spend it on an ad campaign. So understand, we spend a lot of money on ads. So if you want DSCR leads, we can copy our exact DSCR campaign on Facebook that we've dialed in, and we can put your budget on it. Those leads have no lead split on them, right? So we're going to give you leads all day on a lead split. But if you want to increase your leads, boost your pipeline even more to get even more leads and not have to pay a lead split on them, you could do a campaign where you're paying for the leads up front, same great leads that we're going to give you, but you're just putting your budget on it. So you're getting them up front without having to pay a split on the back end, right? Another way that you can work leads in our system is you can import them. So we give you your custom webhook here. We give you the instructions on how to use your webhook to bring in leads from other sources that you may purchase them from. Maybe you're already getting leads from Zillow or LendingTree or Free Rate Update or one of these legitimate lead services. You can use your webhook to bring them in real time. So as soon as the lead comes into Zillow, it's automatically inserted into our CRM. We notify you. That way you can call them and quote them and all that kind of stuff, just like any other lead that we would have given you. So if you're already getting leads from another lead source, you can bring those in instantly and automatically. So every single way possible that there is to work leads, we have here in our system for you to do so. So now I want to go ahead and send it over to Jose here. Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager, 28 years of experience as a loan officer and a realtor. And he's going to talk a little bit about the support here and how this all comes together to actually close loans. And then after that, we'll get into some questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for our seminar on joining the mortgage calculator. So definitely a great leads plan and amazing technology, right? So it's just a matter of time where you will receive your first submitted loan application. And we definitely don't want you to spin your wheels and lose time and momentum trying to figure out the steps or what to do. Obviously, we have all our training, which you have to be cleared and complete before you are authorized to take leads and to originate. But still a lot of stuff coming at you in the beginning, especially if you're just coming over to the non-QM world and you're trying to figure out all our programs. We definitely want to provide you the needed support so that you can get off and running with your loan application. So we have many different support methods. My favorite one is our knowledge center, right? Where we have basically digitized everything that we do here at the mortgage calculator. So simply by going to the knowledge center and typing in a keyword in the search bar, in less than a second, you'll have all the different topics, articles, videos, links to additional guidance that's in our knowledge center. We even have one, the mortgage calculator loan process start to finish, right? We take you through all the steps from the initial marketing of the loan to disclosing the loan to closing and to getting paid. So we have all of that stuff nicely indexed for you in our digital database. You have our Zoom room, which is manned by our in-house processors doing working hours. right? Whenever we are open as a company, our Zoom room will be open and we will have multiple in-house processors in there to assist you with many needs. The only thing they're really not going to assist you with, that's what you have your team leaders for, which is our next support that I'm going to discuss. That would not be for structuring alone, but pretty much a lot of other things like, hey, I can't log into this. I can't figure out why I got an error on this. You can jump in there and you can meet with them and they can usually assist, because we do have our compliance manager, our closing manager, our intake processor are all available in the Zoom room. Then we have our team leaders, right? So we do have a mentorship program here. So basically everyone, until you are a senior, close 6 loans. Now you're doing a lot of things more independently, but until you're a senior, you are under a team leader. And they will assist you in many different ways. So they are, for example, on the email alerts that come out, as soon as you get an application, you get an email, team leader gets an email, management gets an email, and everybody's reaching out to you. Hey, you got the application in. There's a link on that email you get that has the link for you to meet with your team leader to set up a meeting. So there's a number of things there that alert everyone to jump into motion. So your team leader can help you with the structure. That's what they're there for. You book a Zoom meeting, they help you structure that file, and then before you meet to disclose, you may want to meet with your team leader again to confirm, hey, I's are dotted, T's are crossed, let's go. And then I mentioned disclosure, right? We do have a disclosure desk, which does meet with the MLOs for all of our files where we are the lender, right? Non-delegated correspondent files, we generate documents, we fund, we disclose. Brokered files, the lender funds and discloses. We approve all disclosures though. So you would meet probably with me. We would review your file. I'm like the final gatekeeper there. And if everything checks out, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, right program, correct structure, correct pricing, we run through a whole list of items, we disclose your file right then and there, right? I usually wait until you sign your package, your part of the package, before you exit the meeting, because a lot of times that first file to be documents to be signed, people got to log in, they got to navigate around, so I help you with that. Disclosures get sent out, borrower signs, you sign your part, and then it goes into intake, right? Our intake department registers a file for you, submits to underwriting for you, uploads documents, and assigns it to a processor. All of our non-delegated files where we are the lender, we have internal processors for that. So file gets disclosed, submitted to underwriting, and it gets assigned to a processor, so that as soon as that loan approval comes in, your processor is alerted. They have the email, they sync your conditions to the CRM, and you are off to the races, obtaining documents with the assistance of your processor, who, once the documents are complete, they go back for the resubmittal and then for your clear to close. And once your file is clear to close, it gets transferred to our closing department, where our closing manager will work with the fulfillment attorneys and with the title company to get that CD issued and to get the file closed as soon as possible. So many different ways that we assist you here at the Mortgage Calculator gain traction. We have many success stories from MLOs new to the business or new to non-QM that have been able to close their very difficult first file within the allotted time. We had one in particular, profit and loss deal. MLO got her leads plan she paid for. She received the lead. It was a file that had been denied as a full doc file by another lender and nothing to do with the mortgage calculator. So she received the lead, immediately saw that she may be a little bit over her head. So she booked a meeting. We met. We discussed the structure. Initially, she thought it was going to go bank statement or full doc, just like they had tried to go full doc. It didn't work. But after review of all the documentation and the potential pitfalls, we realized profit and loss was the way to go, profit and loss option. and that loan happily closed in a little bit over 3 weeks with an appraisal transfer. It was $1,056,000 loan. She made about 16 grand, and that would not have been possible if she would not have A, been at the mortgage calculator, and B, had all the support that she needed to basically make heads or tails of that loan. Remember, first loan with us, not her first loan as an MLO, but her first non-QM loan. And she was able to close one of the more, difficult type loans to structure with your borrowers. And we closed it, I think it was 23 days with an appraisal transfer. Mind you, we had more than one meeting, but we did what we had to do to help her close that deal. So same thing we can do for anybody that's on this meeting once they join the mortgage calculator. Looking forward to helping you all structure your deals and close them.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Jose. Now let's talk about the next steps here. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat here to sign up for when you're ready. Again, we'll get into some questions here in a moment, but just let me go through the next steps for when you're ready. So you're going to sign up as a loan officer here. So you're going to apply. Remember, you have to close 6 loans before you're a senior, right? So apply as a loan officer. And what will happen is it's going to take you to fill out some info. Once you fill out that info, it's going to take you right to sign the compensation agreement. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. Take your time. It's going to email you a copy. But once you do sign that initial compensation agreement, that is what kicks off all of the rest of the steps. That's when we'll send you all of the onboarding instructions so that we can get your employment documents, so that we can sponsor your license and walk you through that process and all that kind of good stuff. So first step is to sign up, themortgagecalculator.com/join. I put the link there in the chat, real simple, themortgagecalculator.com/join. Sign up here as a loan officer. Once you sign that initial agreement, it will kick off all of the next steps. So looking forward to working with you. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and stop recording and we will get into the questions. Again, please drop any questions you have in the Q&A. We would be more than happy to stay here and answer any questions that you have. So Nick, let's go ahead and stop recording and then we will get into the question.